You have now tuned into Insight Sundays, the show that brings you relevant news, youth topics with a new mission and focus for our communities. Here is your host, Adrian Mickens.
What's going on, Indianapolis? It's another edition of Insight Sundays presented by Harambe Production right here on AM 1310, The Light. As always, we have to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, which are Andrew J. Brown Academy, Indiana Christian Leadership Conference, or ICLC, Buttons and Bows Hair Salon, Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, New Vision Lighthouse Ministries, Inner Beauty Incorporated, New Breed of Youth, Lighthouse Academy Charter School, Providence Crystal Ray High School, Vitality Bowls, Sam Ash Music Store, and Beach Grove Bible Church. As always, Indianapolis, if you want to catch us live, you know where to go, and that is Facebook Live on our fan page, which is Insight Sundays. Once again, that is Insight Sundays on Facebook, or you can catch us on Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter. In the house today, we have our lovely guest. What is your name?
Antionette Glasper.
Antionette is in the house, y'all. And today, we're going to kind of switch it up. I know normally we talk about education and political things, but today we're going to talk a little bit about dating, which is a very big topic. You know, dating is a very, very big topic. We're going to talk about that a little bit. So what's the name of your company?
It's called Passionate Dating.
Passionate Dating. And what made you want to start what made you want to start that?
Well, it all started off with family and friends.
Okay.
They always calling me for advice and different things like that. Right. And a lot of them is single. And so they say, so what's a safe place to meet? And me personally, I have the business mind, and I say, well, let's come up with something. All right. And I believe the safe place to meet is doing speed dating.
Okay. All right. So so you have an event coming up, which is for the speed dating. When's the date on that, the time, and then we can get into the other stuff, but let's get that out of the way real quick.
It's June 10th.
Okay.
It's going to be Saturday from 1 to 7.
Okay.
And it's called a Walk in the Park.
Okay. Walk in the Park. We have a speed dating event where you get an opportunity to meet somebody. So why did you choose to do speed dating?
I mean, most dates you go on, if somebody sets you up, it's usually somebody that you really don't want to be on a date with.
The blind dates.
And I hate those types, okay? Because you got to sit there for at least 45 minutes to an hour, and what if you don't like them?
That's very true.
Okay?
That's very true.
So with speed dating, you only talk for 3 to 5 minutes, and you know off top if this is a go or it's a no.
So you think that window gap can really let you know if you like that person? Almost like love at first sight.
Well, yeah, somewhat.
I mean, just in my opinion, there's nothing bad. I think that a speed dating thing would kind of be a love at first sight type of ordeal. If you think you can kind of figure somebody out within 3 to 4 or 5 minutes on whether or not you like them or not. But let's get in a little bit more deeper about dating itself. You know, we live in a completely different time now, where chivalry stuff that gentlemen used to do, really they don't do that no more. So my question is the 21st century dating scene a lot more different than what it used to be? What is your opinion on that?
You know what? These days and age, they make it kind of difficult.
Okay. And they as in who? You can be real with me. Talking about the gentleman?
Somewhat. They come off as, I'm here for you, and then turn around and say, no, do this, do that, do this, do that.
So they switch the game on you.
So,
okay.
You don't want to switch up in the middle of the race. And that's what a lot of people go wrong at. They switch up. First, they give you this whole big old pretty picture. Okay. This is me. I'm this, I'm that. And then 6 months later, it's, I can't stand it.
So let's dive a little bit, because I get what you mean on that. So what would be a scenario as far as like pretending to be somebody you're not in a working type thing, like, oh, I got this kind of money and different things like that, and when it's time to put up or shut up, especially for a lot of men who talk to single moms and different things like that, when it's time to put up or shut up and take care of the household, it's not being taken care of. So is that kind of what you mean on that line?
Okay, now what you're saying, it goes a little something like this.
Okay.
Now back in the day, when the men used to take care of the household, it was it says the man is the head and not the tail.
All right now.
Okay, now these days, it's the shifted.
Yes.
Tremendously shifted.
Yes, yeah.
And the women is taking care of the men. But But you know what? Let me tell you something. How they went in on it was this. Yeah, baby, you know, I just had this job. I was making this and that and that and that. So in their mind, he's going to get it again. And then 6 months later on down the line, he still don't have a job. And there is the arguments, the fights, because guess what? She's the only breadwinner in the house.
Exactly. So it sounds like that men need to be held accountable. You know, and you know, I'm always going to be real. I'm not a biased person. I'm straight 50-50 down the line. It sounds like men need to be held more accountable for what they do. If you want the perks of being the man of the household, but you don't want to do that. I mean, it's even shown in TV shows, you know, like it's becoming a normalcy now where men pretty much do the basic work. Maybe pay a light bill or maybe do this and, oh, baby, I'm sorry I didn't get it taken care of. No, that is your duty as a man, is to make sure that you provide for the house. We're built for that. Everybody's wired for different things. If that was the case, then men would have children, but that's not the case. We're not wired for that. We don't have that inside of us, much like what women does in a reversal type of role. So let me ask you this question. Do you think casual dating has become more normal now? And as far as people not wanting to go further within marriage, just strictly casual dating, and that's the parameter that they're going into.
And that's true. It has become a normal thing. Most people don't want to get married. You know, because off of their previous or their history, they saw other people. You know, like soon as they get married. These days, marriage is doomed to failure. That's what they think. You know, right? So, like back in the day when people was getting married at 18, they still married now to this day. Some people, anyway, majority of the older people is still married to this day. You know, and nowadays, as soon as they get married, they get a divorce within a year or two.
No, that's very true. You know, I say that to say, you know, I went to my daughter's, she went to a princess birthday party thing yesterday, and I got a chance to sit next to the grandmother of the family of the house, and we were sitting on the couch, and she was playing with the baby and stuff, and then, you know, she just began to talk about and reminisce about memories in her life, and she told me that she was married for 60 years and her husband had just passed away, you know, and hearing stuff like that, and I think it was one in my family, they were married made it to about 62 years. There's a great aunt that I had, and they made it for 62 years, and things like that you just don't really hear.
It's rare
anymore. Maybe we get to about 20, the golden age of 30, and then that's pretty much it. So why do you think that marriage is salvaged like that? You get so far to the finish line. Well, I don't even say to the finish line. You get so far down the line. Why would you just split it off like that?
Okay, now this is my opinion, and this is why I started Passionate Dating.
Yeah.
Now, we have therapy sessions, life coach, and support groups right along with speed dating.
Okay.
So it's not just
full service. I like that.
Matchmaker. You know, reason being is because a lot of people haven't dealt with their past. They haven't got over their past. And so what do? You take one hurt from another hurt to the next hurt, and you pass it on to the new relationship. Yeah. And here it is, you're spazzing out on them, and they don't know what's going on. Yeah. But you just reminded them of a previous incident. You know, so that's why we started this.
So I guess that's a big thing that you guys talk about is communication. Communication is really big. I even had to learn that myself, you know, with my fiance, and we're learning how to communicate day to day. Even though you may think you've got it, you don't know everything about a person. You know, we've only been together for about a year and a half. You don't know everything about a person. Never assume that you do. You have to continue to learn. You have to. Is that what you guys teach, you know, about communication very strong?
Yes. Now, one thing about the communication, that is the big part of the relationship. In the beginning, when y'all first meet, don't sit up here and tell them, well, I'm just trying to have fun, because everybody change up in the middle of the race. You know, so don't, I stress the issue of not telling people that. Because guess what? That person, while you're telling him that all you want is fun, he done moved on to somebody that's serious while he's still having fun. Now you're the fun person, okay? And he done found somebody serious. And you're thinking in your head that y'all together. He's not together with you. He's together with this serious person, you know?
You see, guys, we listen to the exact words that you say. And what you said is very true. If you say you're the fun person, they're going to think you're the fun person.
It don't matter how long you've been messing with this person, you're still the fun person.
If you say I'm looking for a committed relationship, then you already know generally what some guys do. That lets you know if they're serious, because they'll flee. Or, if they're not serious, they'll flee. And if they're serious, they'll stay. Right. So, ladies, say who you are and be what you want to be up front, and the guy will show you his zebra stripes. I don't care. I live by a motto. You can paint a zebra, whatever it is you want to. When it rains, when you go through something in life, those zebras going to have the same exact stripes and the same exact positions for who they are. So on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to finish up. This is a good one on Passionate Dating.
Hello.
Welcome back, Indianapolis, to the #1 show, Insight Sundays. Once again, we have to give a shout out to all of our sponsors: Andrew J. Brown Academy, Indiana Christian Leadership Conference, Buttons and Bows Hair Salon, Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, New Vision Lighthouse Ministries, Inner Beauty Program Incorporated, New Breed of Youth, Lighthouse Academy Charter School, Providence Crystal Ray High School, Vitality Bowls, Sam Ash Music Store, and Beach Grove Bible Church. All right, we are going to pick back up with the company of Passionate Dating. And I think we got a pretty interesting convo going on here. My next question is the clothing of today. We were just talking about this when we were on commercial break, and you can give it in 5 seconds. But the new clothing of today with this romper stuff, like, are ladies into that now? Is that the new? Do women only care about fashion trends and the way that they want to see their men in those fashion trends? What do you think?
Now, the rompers for a man is inappropriate to me.
Thank you.
Where's
the applause clap?
I mean,
Indian applause. Oh my God! Thank you so much.
That's just my opinion. But come on, now we have men started wearing rompers. I don't want to see you in a romper, okay? So come out with your grown and sexy on. Don't come, no. You can come out, but please.
All right, so here's my next question. Let's get back on a serious topic. From a woman's perspective, what do men miss in like the 3-month rule, 90 days? What do they miss with trying to get a chance to know a woman?
I believe they lack a lot of intimacy.
Okay.
Now, people think intimacy is just sexual. No, it's not.
Yes, there we go.
Intimacy is a lot of different things. You know, it can be taking pictures together.
Yes.
Holding hands in public. You know, different little things like that. That's intimacy. And you showing them, you know, that you care and that you're here for them, that you want to stick around for the long haul. But you're not providing that safety net, because that's really a safety net, you know. So if you don't provide that, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna keep on searching.
There we go.
Because she don't think that you're for real.
So why do you think some women, not all, why do you think some women stick around with guys who they know are not going to do them right? Why do you think that they're going to change them?
Guess what? I can only go off experience.
Okay.
And it comes from looking for love in all the wrong places. You're gonna find all the wrong things at the end of the day. So a lot of people, you know, they've been hurt in their life, and they feel like they can't get it right. So if this the person that want me, hey, I want them back, you know? And so what it's called, they settle for less. You know? So until you figure out who you are as a person, then you'll stop settling for less, because that was my wake-up call. You know, my mom, I called her crying one day. She said, daughter, you don't love yourself. And I said, yes, I do, Mom. She said, no, you don't, daughter, because if you do, you won't allow this man to treat you the way he do.
There you go.
And that was a wake-up call for me.
Oh, yeah. So let me ask you, which is the $1 million question. We always say you have to have yourself together, or you have to be ready. But we always know in life it's going to always throw you rainstorms, rocks, whatever it can in your way, even when you're in a relationship. So what does that mean when you're communicating to people who are part of Passionate Dating about getting yourself prepared? What does that mean? How do you teach them in that way of getting yourself prepared individually?
First, you have to start mentally.
Okay.
You know, you have to get over the previous. If you can't get over the previous, why start with the new?
There we go. Bringing old luggage.
Yeah. Bringing the baggage along with you.
Okay.
And how do you, and then, like, you know, not to take it back to the Music Soul Child, he said he's not to blame for the previous. Okay? why would you bring your old baggage to this new person? And then they looking at you like you crazy, but they just don't know that you've been hurt so many times that you don't know how to face it. You don't know how to, let them know, this is how I feel. This is what I'm going through. Please help me. They just think you're crazy.
Now, I want to give a little bit of advice to men who are interested in women with children, because this is a sore topic for me, because it burns my skin up to see. Farrakhan actually said this, and I'm not a Muslim. I am a Christian, but I listen to everybody. I'm not biased on religion.
Right.
Because Christianity is not the first religion founded for everybody who wants to believe it in that way. It's not.
Right.
So listen to other religions sometimes. They may have some interesting facts. But he actually said one time that any no good woman is made by a no good man. So now everybody's responsible for themselves if you keep getting with no good men, but if the man would just step up to the plate and be the man that he's supposed to be for that woman, as though as you're saying. So what would you give for advice to a man who wants to step into a relationship with a woman with one child or more?
Be accepting.
Yeah.
You have to be accepting of everything, because you're signing up for this. You're signing up for the kids. You're signing up for everything. Kids' graduation, school, everything that has something to do with her kids is everything.
Yes.
So if she make you more important than the kids, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it comes where if she doing everything for him and the kids is lacking.
Yes.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not. It has to be a balance.
It has
to
be a balance. Now, if y'all come together, y'all a couple, y'all together and everything, y'all doing everything together with them, as a whole, you have to be willing, like family oriented.
Yes.
If you're not family oriented, don't get with that one with them kids. You just using her. You is.
But they'll do it anyway.
Come on now.
They'll do it anyway all the time.
They ain't gonna wear that you're not ready.
Because, it's true, it gets to a certain point where the kids just know people as uncles. And that's when it gets bad, man.
Right. Now, you know what? Let me tell you something. When I was younger, looking for love in all the wrong places, because I have to be the example of everything. When I was going around looking for love in all the wrong places, and because my father wasn't there, and everybody always want to blame their parents. Oh, he wasn't there for me. I don't know love. All of that other stuff. Okay. You run into these men. You know why you run into them? They see you as prey. They see you coming a mile away. You're vulnerable, and your vulnerability is all over your face.
That's what they do.
Okay, so hey, got them. So what they do? They buy you something. They buy you something big, and guess what? They want bigger from you. That's just some overlay.
That's very true. No, that's 100%. That's very true. Here's a next good question. I think that you may be able to hit the nail on the coffin with. Why is it that a relationship goes so good for a while, and this is before marriage, and then all of a sudden people aren't doing the things that they used to do in the beginning? Why does the candle end up burning out so quickly?
I know. Now, I was just on this radio station the other day, and I was telling them about the love cycle. Now,
all right.
This is coming from my experience on love and the cycle that it is, and the reason why relationships go this up from now. 4 months out of it is 12 months in a year. You got to break it down.
Yeah.
4 months out of the year, she's loving you more than you loving her. Another 4 months, you're loving her more than she's loving you. And another 4 months, y'all loving together.
Okay.
Y'all loving each other.
Okay.
And so that's where it comes at, the arguments. And this is little small stuff, but still enough. Some people can't get through that. Some people can't get through that.
The phases, yeah.
Those phases.
Yeah.
So that's why, guess what? One thing I learned is when a man can't get through that, his mind leaves before his body. So you're sitting here thinking that he's with you the whole time. His mind done left you a long time ago. You sitting here like, oh, I love him so much. He like, man, I can't wait to get away from her. You
got this down, Pat. Man, people should, hey, listen, Indianapolis, we're going to wrap this up here in just a second, but how do people get in touch with Passionate Dating if they want to be a part of what you got going on?
Okay, they can just give me a call at 317-203-0250.
All right. Once again, that's called Passionate Dating. And what's the event? Where is it going to be? And say that number one more time for everybody once you finish that.
Okay. We're hosting a walk in the park picnic for singles. It's going to be June 10th from 1 to 7 at Riverside Park. And the number you can reach us at is 317-203-0250.
All right. Indianapolis, if that wasn't insightful today, I don't know what is. That's one of the biggest topics that we always talk about is love and passion and all that good stuff far and few in between. All I can say is this: make sure that you try to, one thing that I've always heard is line it up with God as much as possible. Once again, this has been another edition of Insight Sundays, and we will check you guys out next week.